It was supposed to be just another TV appearance, a chance for Donald Trump Jr. to speak unchecked, to say whatever he wanted, however he wanted, the same way he's done across countless interviews, rallies, podcasts, and live streams. He was comfortable. He was confident. And, as always, he was ready to point fingers, deflect questions, and shift blame onto anyone not wearing a red tie or a MAGA hat. But this time, something was different. Because sitting across from him wasn't a softball host. It wasn't a panel of enablers. It wasn't a friendly echo chamber. It was Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. And within 36 seconds, everything unraveled. Don Jr. came in, smirking, armed with sarcasm, prepackaged talking points, and a full tank of arrogance. He opened with his usual lines, calling Democrats corrupt, claiming the justice system was weaponized, painting his father as a victim, and himself as some kind of patriotic truth-teller. He didn't expect to be challenged, and certainly not by someone like Jasmine Crockett, a woman, a black woman, and a Democrat who had spent her entire career fighting for justice, equality, and accountability. But he chose the wrong opponent, because Jasmine Crockett didn't come to play. She came to tell the truth, and she came prepared. When Don Jr. threw out his first accusation, saying, "Your party's entire platform is built on lies. You don't care about law and order. You care about power," he leaned back, expecting silence, or maybe a stumble. But what he got was destruction. Crockett leaned in calmly, and with laser precision began. "Let's get one thing clear. Don, the last time I checked, the only former president in American history with over 90 felony counts and growing is your father. The only political party right now with multiple members under indictment for fraud, obstruction, and conspiracy is yours." She didn't yell, she didn't blink. She went on, "And you, Don, have the nerve to sit here and question who believes in law and order, when your entire brand is built on nepotism, privilege, and getting away with everything you accuse others of." That was second 10. Don Jr. tried to interrupt, but Crockett raised her voice only slightly, just enough to make her words unmistakable. "You talk about corruption," she said. "Let's talk about the $2 billion investment the Saudis handed your brother-in-law after your father left the White House. Let's talk about the classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago in unlocked bathrooms and in ballrooms, not by accident, but by choice." Seconds 18-25. By now, Don Jr.'s expression had changed. His confident smile gone. His eyes darted. He tried to regroup, but there was no space. Crockett had taken command. "You claim the media is against you," she continued, "when in reality, the only reason you're still being invited to speak is because this country has allowed the privileged to fail upward for generations." That was second 30, and then came the final blow, a sentence that echoed across the country before the interview even ended. "I didn't inherit millions, Don," she said. "I earned everything I have. I fought for my seat. I fought in courtrooms. I've defended real people. I've written real legislation, and I didn't have to ride anyone's coattails to get here." 36 seconds. That's all it took. You could see it in his body language, the defensive lean back, the tightening jaw, the fake smile twitching at the corners. Donald Trump Jr. wasn't just rattled, he was broken, not because she insulted him, but because she exposed him. She didn't attack him as a man, she attacked the hollow mythology that protects him, that he's tough, that he's smart, that he's earned anything. Crockett didn't shout. She didn't degrade. She didn't even insult. She simply told the truth, and it was too much for Don Jr. to handle. The clip went viral instantly. Within minutes, Jasmine Crockett was trending on X, TikTok, YouTube, and every major political forum. People didn't just watch, they watched on loop. Analysts called it a political TKO. Commentators said it was one of the most devastating 36-second truth drops in modern televised debate. But this wasn't about theatrics, this was about the moment. A woman, a congresswoman, stood face to face with generational wealth, inherited power, and decades of unchecked privilege, and refused to let it slide. And America watched it happen live, because for too long people like Don Jr. have operated with immunity. They've rewritten their own stories, turned failure into fundraising, turned criminal investigations into victimhood, weaponized the truth, monetized misinformation. But Jasmine Crockett wasn't having it. She called it out. She pulled back the curtain, and she did what so few have had the courage or the clarity to do on live television. She told the truth, and that truth shattered everything Don Jr. thought he could hide behind. What followed after the interview was even more telling. Conservative media tried to spin it. They called her rude, angry, disrespectful, but no one could deny what they'd seen. She never raised her voice. She never spoke out of turn. She simply spoke clearly, directly, and fearlessly. And in doing so, she shattered a myth. That myth, that political privilege, when loud enough, can silence reason. Not anymore. Jasmine Crockett didn't just expose Donald Trump. She exposed the fragile foundation his whole image is built on. The image of inherited greatness, of entitled wisdom, of false strength. And she did it in 36 seconds flat. That moment is now more than just a viral clip. It's a symbol of what happens when truth meets arrogance, when substance faces spin, when a woman who built her way up meets a man who was handed everything and calls him out for it. Don Jr. never recovered. He stumbled through the rest of the segment, repeating tired phrases about witch hunts and fake news. But the energy was gone, because once someone strips away the illusion, there's nothing left to defend. And Jasmine Crockett, she didn't stop to gloat. She didn't brag. She went right back to work. That's the difference between those who seek attention and those who seek accountability. And if there's anything this country needs more of right now, it's people like Jasmine Crockett, truth-tellers, fighters, and fearless leaders who don't get silenced just because someone with a famous last name wants them to. So the next time Donald Trump Jr. steps in front of a camera, he might remember what happened in that 36-second stretch. He might remember that real power can't be inherited. It has to be earned, and truth doesn't need a name. It just needs a voice strong enough to speak it. And Jasmine Crockett's voice just made history. Music swells slowly, then fades voiceover softly. She didn't interrupt. She didn't insult. She didn't even raise her voice. She just told the truth and watched him fall apart. 36 seconds. That's all it took. Because when facts speak, even the loudest names break.